Hi, it's Mike Sandberg, and I'm going to give you an overview today of how to do a simple record search in the FamilySearch Family Tree app for mobile. I've already navigated to my tree here, and so I'm going to navigate up to my grandmother, Kelvington, maiden name Alice Lucille Clark. I'm going to tap on her. We can see some uh, information about her life here. Born in 1921, died in 1978. If I go tap on the spouses on the menu across the top here, we can see she was married to Robert Charles Kelvington in 1938. If I go to sources on that top menu, we can see there's already 4 sources associated with her. There's a 1930 census, a marriage record, a 1940 census, and a death record. I'm going to see if I can find some more records, and I do that by going up to the top right corner, the 3 dots, and tap on that, and then tap on the second item, search records. And then I will choose, I can search in Family Search or Ancestry. I'm going to today show you how to do Family Search. So I tap on Family Search, and it takes the information that we know about her already, her birth date, her death date, the marriage date, some other things, and puts that into a search. And that's similar to what you'll see on the web, although there's less real estate here, so we can't display all the columns. So right now it's displaying the name column and the event column. And again, I can filter this just like on the web if I tap on collections. I know, for example, in that section there was a 1930 census. So if I just go and choose that little 30 census and then hit filter these records, it's going to limit it to those 1930 results. And I can either see it by event here, or the other column I can choose is relationships. And I know that she was with her father and mother in 1930. There's Arthur and Martha uh, Clark, who are her parents. And so, again, this is one that was already out there, but um, if I tap on this and open it up, it's going to give you the index of what's in that record. So here it's saying that she was a granddaughter of the head of house. And if I scroll down, I can see everyone that was in that census record in 1930. So she was actually living with her grandparents, John Music and Missouri Music. And then partway down here, you can see Arthur C. Clark and Martha M. Clark, Martha Music Clark. Those are her parents, and then she's living with um, 4 of her siblings. So big family in a big house at the time, living all together. Now that's how to see what's already there, but I want to find some new records. So I'm going to go back to my search results, and I'm going to right across that second line there, refine your search. I'm going to tap on that. And one of the ways that you can refine your search is, again, we were searching on her maiden name, but I'm going to search on her married name now. And say done. And then I'm going to update the search. Okay, and oh, we're still on the 1930. I want to take that off. And I want to look for let's look at this Florida State Census 1945 and see what we can find there. And then also, well, let's just try that first. Oh, and we'll take the 1930 census off. So there's 1945. It's showing her in a Florida State Census in 1945. Possibly. We don't know if that's for sure yet. I'm going to open that up. And it's got an index. It's saying she was 23 years old in 1945, estimated birth year 1922, which is close enough. She was born in 1921, so that could be her, but nothing about the family that she's living with at that time. So we're going to look at the actual image, tap on that to see it. Then we can zoom in. So she would have been newly married, 5 years, 7 years married. And here we can see Robert Kelvington and Alice Kelvington. Those are my grandparents. And then they have 2 children, Juanita and Marie. Marie is my mother. Looks like we have a street address for them. We have their ages. So my mom was 3 and 45. That matches my knowledge. Grandfather born in Canada, grandmother born in Georgia. My mom and her sister born in Florida. This column here, if I scroll up, degree of education. So again, get back to the Kelvingtons, wherever they are. So my grandfather, Kelvington, looks like he made it to the 9th grade, and my grandmother made it to the 10th or 11th grade. He was a laborer, and that's probably housewife. So that's the 1945 Florida census, and I just found my mom and her sister and parents living together at this address. I want to take that address and looks like 6735 Northwest 24th Avenue. I believe they were living in Miami at the time. This is Dade County, Florida, if I recall from the original index. So we can go back and look at that, and I could Google search that image and see if I can find a picture of the house as it exists today. So yeah, really easy way to search for records out in the mobile app, out on FamilySearch.